I don't ever want to be one of those people that uses my whatever fame or whatever level of that notoriety I have from what I do in comedy to try to go into politics. I'm just like, I don't feel like I'm qualified. It kind of bugs me when people in Hollywood will use that, their audience that they've gained through that to try to put out a political message when they have no idea what they're talking about. King of the Hill, Hank was definitely, I saw as sort of a, I don't know, like populist, kind of like, a guy who's like just trying to do his thing, and just all these government and all these other weird things of the modern world. That was always the fun of it, is just all these things just kind of poking at him,
I live in the real world where men sell propane and propane accessories.
I definitely, I remember popping in a VHS when Alex Jones was on cable access. It was you and two other guys, and somewhere I can't find it anymore, but I think I labeled the tape 3 Dales. You were kind of the more rational one, and then the other two guys were just like, I don't know, I wish I could find that tape, but King of the Hill started with a drawing of the 4 guys that I'd done. I was kind of like dabbling in doing panel cartoons, which I never really did at all. I went straight into animation. I didn't draw comic books or anything. And so I had the 4 guys, and Dale, something about the way he looked. Originally, I had his hat say Smith & Wesson, the first drawing I ever did. I just put that on there. I don't know why, just the way he looked. And I'd done a first draft of the pilot, and then Greg Daniels got involved, and at some point, we had this thing where his wife is, getting it on with this Native American healer, and clearly his kid's not his, but so we had this idea about that he's just, it's almost probably a subconscious thing. He's into every conspiracy except the one that's going on in his own house.
Nice work, John Redcorn. She didn't suspect a thing.
It's almost like his escape, or something. I mean, if I never psychoanalyzed it that much, but I kind of feel like that's what that character was about. So he was almost like looking for conspiracies, kind of, and some of them might have something to him, some of them are crazy.
I have read a book. Now, who do you believe, me or Hank?
I know Hank more believable.
Dale is kind of one of the ones that, probably gives you guys a bad name. Johnny Hardwick, who does the voice, I don't know, you may even know him. He had a few, he had a few kooky theories of his own, and sometimes we would work those in. I mean, there's one line he said that he's talking about something, and it ended with him saying something that they're doing, and corn is next.
A French study that was just released finds rats that are fed genetically engineered corn suffered from tumors and severe organ damage.
This is the first study that's looking at the effects on rats of eating genetically modified foods over their lifetimes. They gave the rats the genetically modified corn. They gave them the genetically modified corn with the herbicide that the corn is used with.
On Dale, I had to do some convincing to get them to let Johnny Hardwick do the voice. I mean, he wasn't anybody famous at all. He was one of the people we hired as a writer, but it just sounded right to me. Ended up being my favorite character really on the show, as far as, well, just for a while, as far as the voice and the drawing clicking. But I mean, they had all kinds of celebrities they were pitching. It hardly ever works when you just get like, oh, let's get this famous person and this person to draw it, and then you have something that just doesn't make sense, which is why a lot of shows fail.
Ah! Squirrel tactic!